Libertarians all wore green bow ties, except, well, even the females. What the hell, we're unisexual now. Everybody's wearing green bow ties. The bow ties, of course, came from Murray, and the greens are the far-off kookwing, shall we say, on the other side. And a great gesture of solidarity, the green bow tie was defined as a unanimous symbol of libertarianism. Well, the next day we suddenly find a few government officials start wearing green bow ties, and when they come, maybe an IRS agent knocks on the door and we see one wearing a green bow tie, our guard is lowered a bit. Maybe, well, gee, this guy's wearing the libertarian symbol. Maybe he's not such a bad IRS agent. And when we're sitting there smoking our dope and the axe comes through, crashing through the door, and they come kicking in and run in and, you know, oh, wait a minute, one of the guys who's busily throwing the handcuffs on us and slamming against the walls wearing a green bow tie. Things have improved. We are now, you know, it's a little more, they're libertarian narcs, you know, they're not so bad. The system's getting a lot better. And then we get dragged up and, hey, we're probably going to get a good sentence this time. The judge is wearing a green bow tie. No sweat. He only gave us 20 years. We know, of course, that somebody who wasn't wearing the green bow tie would have given us 35 or 40 or whatever. Maybe he had a shot in sight. So we're obviously better off under the regime of the green bow tie. Okay, what has happened, of course, has happened. What I'm talking about is no fantasy. The use of the corruption of political labels is a historic fact since the day the first political label arose. Any of you who have had the barest history of political science, of any political history, know that the words liberal, the word Whig originally meant horse thief, interesting enough, which is much more hardcore from a libertarian point of view than what they eventually became. But the Whigs, the liberals, what does liberalism mean now? I mean, some of you know that it meant something not too far from Mr. Poole's esteemed position, and in fact was pretty good for its time. Anyway, I'm going to be about to be cut off in time, and I think that a lot of what I'm going to say is probably much more appropriate to the rebuttal time. Let me close on one thing. Whatever Mr. Poole chooses to do, I have a feeling that he and many of his friends and ilk are going to come to some hard problems of reality. The battle for symbolism, the battle for rhetoric, the battle for ideas, that's a touchy thing, because ideas can both mean superficial statements and rhetoric of fact, and they can also mean people, like Richard Weaver say, acting on them. Okay. I would say that if you watch this debate further on, watch out for the action. We can't go into great details about our various actions in the next 10 seconds, but watch for the action. Or as one version of this, Deep Throat always said, look for the money. That's the money, the action, that's going to distinguish him and I when things like war is declared and which one of us is going to, shall we say, find a libertarian way to defend our country, but perhaps with a little more restraint and drafting and taxation, and which of us are going to say things like, let's sabotage the war machine, let's run people in underground railroads out of the country, etc.